I'm Sarah Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. Today, we are talking about a really busy day in the cosmos. Today, we are talking about Venus being squared Neptune, Mercury being squared Neptune, Mercury and Venus that are aligning, and then our moon is shifting into Cancer energy. So there is a succession of events today. We have a major shift within romantic connections, within communication, and within healing and self-worth. This is going to set the tone for open communication, authenticity, and this is going to last for the next few weeks. We have our moon in Libra, and it is going to go void as Venus shifts into that Cancer energy, bringing up a lot of emotion. And then our moon is going to shift into that transformative Scorpio energy. What that means is it's going to help us gain a lot of stability within ourselves. It's going to help us examine a lot of things that are holding us back. We also have Mercury that is square Neptune right now. What does that mean? It means that it's going to remove any confusion. It is going to remove any illusions that you have, and it's going to leave its rulership of that Gemini energy, and it's going to shift yet again back into Cancer energy. You'll be able to see through any of those illusions, and yet again with the Cancer energy, it's going to bring up a lot of those emotions that have still been hidden. So you're able to see through people's true intentions. This is going to help break those toxic patterns. This is going to help you learn from the past. This is going to help you step into your self-worth. This is going to help you prioritize your self-care, because intuition and intellect is going to be heightened around this time. So that means that it's going to shed light on a lot of choices that are available to us. And of course, we have Mercury and Venus, and they are teaming together, and that's going to help us align our heart space and our head space. So don't settle for anything less than what you deserve. Today, expect some deep and meaningful conversations and emotions. Yet again, open communication, open emotions with Cancer energy. And this is going to be with relationships that are very, very close to us. So a lot of energy at play today. How are you feeling? What are you experiencing? Let me know in the comments what that is. And how are you prioritizing your self-care today? How are you going to open that communication with those relationships today? Now, I want to let everybody know that I'm going to be in Cleveland at the Cleveland Clinic as the caretaker for my grandma for the whole entire week. So I am going to try and do these space weather updates for you as often as I can, depending on the schedule, of course, because it's going to change variously from day to day. So stay with me. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. I'm Sarah Starr. I'm your space weather girl for all of your cosmic evolution and how you can transform yourself and day-to-day energy that is going to inflict itself upon you and what you can do about it. But let's get into the energy of the sun. Today, we have numerous solar flares, tons and tons of solar flares that are happening yesterday and today, mainly from region 3712 on the sun. It's been shooting us some minor C-class flares, and we have gotten some M-class flare activity from this region. We have 9 numbered regions on our sun. As you can see, 3712 is now Earth facing. So any of those CMEs that are produced from here could have a potential of being a coronal mass ejection with a lot of plasma streaming into Earth. Now, we're also going to take a look at 3716 right up here. These are our 2 main players on the sun right now. This is active region 3712. It is still in beta, delta, and gamma range, meaning that it is super complex still. Went up in size, went up in the number of sunspots as well. Now, this region did give us an M1.5 solar flare. It sent us into a type 2 radio sweep, radio blackout, basically. Although there is slight overall decay in the intermediate spots here, but it did produce that M1.5 flare. There was a CME that was on our C2 imagery on our last go. Not sure if there's any Earth-directed components yet, but the data is being analyzed right now. But let's look at the percentages for this region. C-class flares, very minor, 85%. We're seeing that already on our solar flare charts. That's what it's giving us. Now, M-class flare, this is a moderate to mild, almost into that strong range of solar flare activity, although it was a small M1.5 flare. It goes all the way up into these X-class, which you can see here. We do have a high percentage of seeing an X-class flare, but it is kind of spreading apart. Now, we do have these pockets right here that could be potential, but we'll see in the next 24 hours if this comes together or if it spreads apart. And here's a look at 3716. So this is the sunspot that is also Earth facing right now, creating that streaming effect if any Earth directed components are a part of it, but it is only in beta range. It has went up dramatically in size and in sunspots, and we do have a small percentage of having an X-class flare from this region. We will take a look at this in the next coming of days, yet again, to see if it gains a delta or gamma configuration, making it more complex, but we're going to keep a watch on this one. And here are where our regions lie. Now we have these little squiggly white lines. Those are filaments. That's full of plasma that could lift off of the sun and be headed towards Earth. Now we also have active region 3712 and 3716 here, and we have some larger coronal holes, especially up in the upper atmosphere over here on the sun. Now these coronal holes can also produce large geomagnetic storms if the solar winds pick up and it has that direct connection. Now, none of these are Earth facing. We do have a possibility of this one becoming a issue, but we have none that are Earth directed or really around these active regions. So not too much going on. And here's a look at our 3-day geomagnetic forecast. Now for today, we're going to reach those KP3 levels. We're not going to be in any geomagnetic storms for today, tomorrow, or the next day, but we will see a slight dip down on the 19th after we get into maybe active levels here with the KP4 with our solar wind. So a lot of cosmic energy is going to be at play today, and it may be a tug of war. Don't resist it. Do your self-care. That's what all of this is about. It's about open communication and your self-worth. So make sure you're taking care of yourself today and for the next few weeks. I'm Sarah Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. Love ya.